Cool. Hey, this is Drex with Fundamentals of Tech Part 2. Now, everything we did in this class is based upon this idea right here, which is called a linear isolation. And it's basically composed of moving your hand back and forth in a straight line across your body. And in one direction, you kind of drop the poi down your center line before pulling it back out. And in the other direction, you pop the poi up your center line while rushing your hand underneath it. So it becomes a drop, and a pop, a drop, and a pop. We use this to learn how to do diamond mode 4 pedal anti-spin flowers. For instance, dropping our hand down as the poi goes down and popping our hand up as the poi goes up. Dropping down, popping up, dropping down, and popping up. We can also use this as a way for learning to pedal in spins. Say if we have our hand go up when the poi goes down, and we have our hand go down when the poi goes up. Popping, dropping, popping, dropping. We use this as a way then to play around with learning flowers in different timing and directions. For instance, if we're going to do together same, both hands together will drop together, pop together, drop together, pop together, like so. We also talked about doing this in together opposites, where we start off with our two hands separated and we practice dropping them to cross our arms and popping them to uncross our arms. Dropping and popping, dropping and popping. And then adding the hand movement into it. Dropping our hands down, popping them up. Dropping our hands down, popping them up, so on and so forth. We also played around with the idea of using this to learn split time opposites. Starting off with, hang on, we'll do it this way. Right hand turning clockwise, left hand turning counterclockwise. We try and pop one up, drop the other down, and then switch which hand is doing which. So when I'm going from my left side to my right side, I'm going left hand pops. When I'm going from my right side to my left side, my right hand pops. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, so on and so forth. We also talked about the idea of using this to begin to learn monorhythm hybrids. Like say, starting off with both of my hands off to the right hand side and the poi going split time same direction. From here, I'm going to pop my right hand up, boom, and have it come back together to meet my left hand. Over here, I'm going to have my left hand pop, boom, and come back together to meet my right hand. So it's right up, left up, right up, left up. And in so doing, I should wind up with my left hand doing a 2 pedal in spin flower and my right hand doing a 4 pedal anti-spin, like so. Next, we talked about using the same technique to learn trichetras and caps by having a drop that goes one way, and then rather than popping going back the other way, we're instead going to drag the poi underneath the hand. So we drop one way, we drag the other way, we drop one way, we drag the other way, so on and so forth. We then have the hand drop with the poi and come up during the drag. Dropping, dragging, dropping, dragging, dropping, dragging, dropping, dragging to do a trichetra pointed down. You can also use this method to learn a cap by having both paths going down. So we drop the hand down, we drag the hand down. We drop the hand down, we drag the hand down, so on and so forth, yeah? Finally, we talked about the idea of body tracers. That is, when you're doing the drop, you actually drop it behind your shoulder and pop your hand out to the side with the poi behind your arm. Coming back, you then do the pop up underneath your armpit and let the poi come in front of you. Dropping, popping, dropping, popping. We played around with the idea of doing this in split time opposites so that we wrap both of the poi tethers around our shoulders and then pop them back out, like so. And we played around real briefly with the idea of always imagining that we are going to wrap them around our shoulders and then pulling them out, wrapping them around our shoulders and then pulling them out, and then trying to do it as one continuous move. We then played around with doing this in split time same direction, like so, by having our 2 poi turning split time same direction, and when the right hand poi is going up and the left hand poi is going down, we bring our hands together, and that becomes the moment when the right hand poi goes over the shoulder, the left hand poi goes under the shoulder, like so. Once they're out to the sides, the right hand goes under, left hand goes over to come back to where we started, like so. Finally, we talked about doing a body tracer up and down the body, wherein the right hand is going to tuck underneath the armpit and is going to wind up above the head as we're facing away, and then we drop it back over the shoulder to come back to where we started. Up through the armpit, over the shoulder. Up through the armpit, over the shoulder, up through the armpit, over the shoulder. The left hand is just trying to match the right hand in terms of beats and doesn't really do much of anything at all as we're doing this. And And that's what we covered.